Hey, everybody. Sorry we're late. Hopefully this is working.
Hopefully it sounds okay.
Hopefully it sounds all right.
We're not like yelling in anyone's ears.
I don't know. Can you hear me? Sounds good. Well, that's a first. What are we going to do when we have guests on? This is going to suck.
Why?
Because I can't hear them.
I have earbuds.
I don't know what that is.
Earphones.
Oh, okay. Well, I know I'm late. I'm sorry. We just kind of figured out what I did wrong the other night on the test stream, which is why it still sounded like a tin can. Mm-hmm. So this should hopefully not sound like a tin can. Or if it does, tell me and I'll tweak it.
And probably end the whole stream and ruin everybody's night.
That was you that did that. That was not me. Mm-hmm. I actually did not.
But I actually didn't end the stream. I just clicked the thing down, remember? Because we could still hear you talking. But
there might have been some colorful metaphors uttered at that moment. Let's see here.
Everybody's saying AV good, so.
All right. Well, hey. I keep looking up there.
I know.
We're just going to turn this off.
Yeah, I don't even know why you...
Let's just, not even pay attention to that.
Yeah, because I don't know why you even had it up there, but okay.
Hey, we don't need no stinking cell phone.
No.
All right, so let's hit it from the top. See what's happening. Let me just make sure I didn't goof something up.
Fix your chat.
Now, you guys can still hear me, right? Is it quiet? Is it muffled? Is it need to go up? I mean,
loud.
Are we good?
Not loud enough.
Yeah. Let me know.
That. You do need to fix your chat, though, so that you can actually
oh, yeah, I need to do that.
Focus on everybody.
Yep. AV is good. That's the second or third or fourth time I've heard that, so we're going to go with it.
I'm going to say we're good. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get through the roll call. We got, first and foremost, Whips Road popping in. What's happening, Whips? And then closely followed by that, in second place, the one and only Sketty Nona. And rounding up the third, Skull. What's happening? And then we got Diego popping in the fourth place.
Hey, Diego.
And I could make this sound like a race. I could be
but you
a
don't
NASCAR announcer.
But
I could be.
You don't have to.
And then we have Salient coming in the fifth place mark. And then we got Snoochie Booch. What's happening, Snoochie? I hope I didn't just blow everybody's eardrums out. If I did, I'm sorry. Still working with this thing, okay? So just, anywho's.
We have no clue.
I hope you guys don't have your volume up.
Right.
And then it looks like we got 3G popping in, telling me I'm late. You know what? It happens. And looks like Jason here calls me a big dummy as usual. I'm used to it.
It's typical.
I'm not. I this isn't new.
But see, the thing is, you're his big dummy.
Well, yeah. And then it looks like the one and only June made it in the house. Only Oscars. How's it going? And I think...
Silver Creek?
Oh, crap. Oh, Miss Silver Creek. How could I do that?
I don't know.
What's happening in Silver Creek? How you doing? And then we got a bunch of AV's good because I don't trust myself because I have trust issues, especially with myself. So I don't trust myself. So, yeah. 3G with Mr. George. How much are you paying the new guy? Yeah, no, totally. That is me the whole way with this stuff.
We're getting there. It's only taken us forever, but...
Let's see. Did I miss anybody?
Vinoxky?
Oh, Vinoxky popped in. What's happening, Vinoxky? How you doing? How's everybody doing? It's a Monday night.
Yes.
Obviously, because yesterday was Sunday.
Yes.
Some of us only got 2 hours of sleep because they found another new game that... Well, we'll just put it this way. You can be very brutal on that game. And I enjoy it. Why did it just do that?
I don't know.
This Satan brick thing is just not cool.
Snoochie Booch, how long it takes to bake a potato in the oven at 415 degrees actually depends on the size of the potato. If it's a larger potato, 25 to 30 minutes. If it's a smaller potato, probably like 15.
Or you could wrap it up in foil, put it on your engine block, and drive around town for a half an hour.
I'm not going to lie. There are times when I put potatoes in my microwave and make them that way because I have a potato feature. So
I miss the old way of doing things.
Yeah.
You've never eaten a baked potato until you've eaten a baked potato that you cooked on your way to work on your engine block.
That's
but
true.
this is what you can't get away with nowadays.
No.
Unless you have an old school.
Right.
Old school.
Right.
Sorry. Still
Kyle,
getting used
hello.
to that being there. What's up, Kyle Jaded? Now, Kyle can cook a roast on his engine in his truck. And it'd probably take like 4 feet.
Right. But anyway, yeah. I mean, it really all just depends on the potato. So, best advice I can give you is just keep an eye on it.
I'm being asked, is it a brutal PlayStation? It is. It's called Sniper 5. And let me tell you, there are some shots you can take in that game that just... You know, as men, we have rules. You just don't shoot somebody there. But you can in this game.
Oh.
And it counts. There's just times where I do it because they shot at me and well, yeah.
Kyle just said at least 2 packs of hot dogs at one time.
Whip says, I work with guys who keep their beer in the engine compartment. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't enjoy a beer. Oh, no.
Ew.
Oh.
Who wants a warm beer?
No way. Way too warm in there. Unless they're into that warm beer crap, then nope. We're just going to say no to that one. What?
Sorry, I just put in an earbud to test the sound, and you and I both actually do sound good. Like, people aren't lying.
Well, turn it off before you mess something up.
I'm not. I was on YouTube, dummy.
Oh, man.
Jason, come get this fool.
No. Actually, I do need your help, though.
Oh, no, you don't. No, run away. Run far away.
No, we are, I don't know when it's going to happen yet, but we discussed this last week. I don't really have to go into details there.
Oh, yes, Tank Tetris.
Yeah. Tank Tetris. I worked with a dick that liked his beer warm and coffee cold. What the hell is wrong with somebody?
He was also a vegan, so
Well,
that explains everything.
Okay. Well, just...
Gross.
Mm.
Although I can't say much. I mean, I do like iced coffee, but warm beer is just gross.
I don't know. Hey, Keystone Clash, what's happening? I have accidentally had warm beer in the past when I could drink it. And no. No.
Gross.
No.
So gross.
Nope, not my thing. I'd never survive in England. Well, even Germany has it cold, don't they? I don't know. I would imagine it's cold there.
There are countries that it's customary to drink your beer warm, and
Why don't you just drink urine? It's probably the same flavor. I don't know. Don't take my advice, but I'm just saying.
Okay, let's moving on.
That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, moving on.
Germans drink at a room temp. I can't even do that.
Yeah, no.
No.
It's gross.
I will drink water at room temp.
Snoochie Booch, the Brits I deployed with, drank
Yeah.
warm beer.
See, what is it with warm? I guess it's the heavier lagers or the dark lagers or whatever, maybe that's okay with that kind of stuff.
Ooh.
But you're not going to go drinking a Budweiser piss
See,
warm.
but most of like the darker beers and lagers and stuff, IPAs, whatever that I've had, would be disgusting warm. Some of them are hard to get down cold.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a thing.
To
and
each
it's
their own.
It's a thing. It's not my thing.
No.
But yeah.
He said Matt needs to know who upped the thumbnail game.
Who upped what? What are you talking about? Thumbnails?
No, your thumbnails on YouTube for the live streams. You're the one that edits those.
I've been doing all that.
Yeah.
This guy, it's come out of that head. I don't know. They still suck, but they're getting better.
Apparently, they're good enough that you got Matt to come in here and ask who is making them. So,
I play with them. I just take stupid pictures. You should see half the pictures on my phone. It's just me standing in a room doing this, going.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, I'm riding the side of an arowana.
Oh, no. It's always best when you come to me with your phone and go, here, take a picture, and I get the camera ready, and then you do something weird like that, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
What?
Pretty much. It's how it happens. It's that easy. How many have no clothes on? There was one.
There was one
Wait,
he
are you
wanted.
are you talking pictures on my phone or?
No, thumbnails. I think.
Oh.
There was one photo that he did want to use for a thumbnail, but there was too much nudity that
Well,
could not be edited
I
out.
wanted to
Let's
use
just say that.
the car, and I couldn't do it because I couldn't do it.
Nudity.
We'll just leave it at that. What is floating at the top of that tank?
A snail, maybe?
Is it a snail?
Probably. I don't think it's a fish.
Looks like a fish from here.
It's probably a fish. Because, of course, another
see what
fish
that
died.
is.
Well, yeah. Get off me, bro.
Tank's like a death trap. It's probably a snail. Or a piece of wood. Or a snail
It's a
on a
snail.
piece of wood. It's a snail. And the light just
It's a
went.
snail riding a leaf.
Jesus, what is this? The second coming? Why does it keep doing that?
I don't know. It's a snail on a leaf. That's what it is.
So he's surfing.
Yes.
I had a video of that once. It was pretty funny. Okay. Anyway, sorry for the grainy look. I just, I could do 1080p if I upgrade my subscription.
Because we don't already pay enough for
Because,
StreamYard.
$30 a month doesn't
That's
earn
not
that,
nearly
I
enough.
guess. Whatever.
That's not nearly enough.
Hey, Nathan, what's happening? Anybody else that may have popped in, what's happening? Welcome. Snoochie said, I had a package delivered during Naked Water Change Day, wondering if it freaked the UPS person out. I didn't see him, but I bet he seen me and all of it.
Oh,
Wait,
Oh.
Naked Water Change Day, is that a thing?
apparently, for some people, it is.
Huh. There's too many people here.
Yeah, that just wouldn't happen here.
Nobody wants to see that.
That just would not.
It gets
happen
pretty sketchy when I come down here and forget which shorts I'm wearing
here. Yeah.
and do water changes. And, there's just one pair of shorts that are really comfortable and you don't want to let them go because they're really comfortable, but they're probably really comfortable because the whole back side's exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Could do a video on that.
Snitchy Booch said, "No
Yep.
one's home. Clothes are optional." There's
Hey, this is very true. You live by yourself. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's always someone here though, so we just can't do that.
About to tank all the test water now that my new kit came in the mail. We will see how good I am at gauging the conditions.
I mean, it's really not terribly difficult.
What kind of kit did you get? I'm curious.
Yeah.
There's a kit. I can't remember who I saw it from. but it literally tested every single thing.
So not API.
It was definitely not API. API does test, the master kit tests all the stuff you need to worry about, except I'm not so sure about a couple of them because I never chase them. So that aspect of the kit is pretty much wasted for me.
He said the API.
Oh, okay.
Master test kit.
Well, but there's another kit. It comes in like a wooden box,
Oh.
and it tests that. That's you're getting into like TDS and all that. And Stephen P, if he popped in, he'd probably be cursing and throwing things at me right now.
Because we don't test KH.
Because I don't test
KH
any of that.
and pH and we just
I might start, but looks like John popped in. My Fish Tank Aquatics.
Hi, John.
What's happening, John? How you doing? But yeah, I really forget because I was interested in getting that when dealing with trying to get the cube to start up, and I can't remember what that was.
Right.
I saw it on not Discus Addiction. Discus Talk or something like that. And they were saying, hey, this kit allows you to break down your water kind of more segmentedly, or however you want to put it.
Right.
I just bang the mic again. I gotta remember that this is, right there.
Right.
I mean, yeah, probably shouldn't have done that either.
Probably. You just probably killed everybody's ears.
Sorry.
Salient Aquatics says the Aquarium Co-op test strips are just as accurate as the API Liquid Master Test Kit. I do have to kind of argue and disagree on this a little bit because I do have the Co-op test strips, and I did a test strip versus the API Master Test Kit, and the readings were not the same.
I did not have good luck.
No.
With the now I'm not saying they're bad. It just seemed like the liquid test performed a little bit faster and a little bit more accurate than the test strip. But the nice thing the test strips do is you can, I don't know if it's those or another brand, you can cut them in half and you get like double the tests.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Aquatic Ness, hello.
Oh, hey Ness, how you doing?
I don't know if you saw Kyle's comment, but he said when you guys come to Ohio, we'll have a water change party, Snoochie Booch style.
Oh, okay.
I'm good.
I mean, I'm down.
No. Y'all can, you two can go ahead and have fun with that. No.
You did it wrong. Mine are saying you're crazy. You guys are smoking that shit. Well.
No,
yeah.
I'm not saying that.
Oh, no. I see where he says. Where I see it. I just saw it. Says, I'm only worried about the main stuff, ammonia and nitrites. Yeah, that's pretty much. Other than pH. I don't have to chase it. It coming out of the tap, it's not stupid high or anything. So that's about the only thing I don't chase. Now, when you talk about was that high pH or any of that, I don't even bother with that.
I just saw it. I literally just saw what I was going to comment on, and now I missed it.
I don't know. You guys are smoking that shit?
No.
No.
No, first of all, we're not.
Yep.
No, but
I can't.
no, I mean, and it's actually.
Oh, he says we're on the same page. Yeah, he's just messing around. But no,
I could have gotten a bad batch of test strips.
Well,
too.
and that's possible. I mean, maybe. Who knows? Maybe the stuff got wet or whatever. But I felt that the liquid worked a little better on that. I noticed.
Snoochie Booch, see you later.
I'm trying to think of it wasn't the entire, that strip. That strip has multiple things to look
It
at.
tests for everything.
It showed one was a little higher than what the liquid was showing, or
Right.
the liquid was showing a little higher than what the strip was showing.
Right.
It's one of them things. I'm not a scientist.
I mean, they were
I
kind
did
of
test.
close, but
I did, however, test if you could use expired test solutions versus non-expired or fresh test solutions, and the only difference I found was the expired one just took longer.
yeah.
There is a video of that. It probably sucked, but I did it.
Right. See, even Nathan said that he said the same thing, and he asked Corey about those test strips, and Corey said it's not possible. The only reason why I didn't really care for the test strips is because on some of them, if I would dip them into the water and do exactly like the bottle said to do, only part of, that little raised piece that would give you the reading would actually show you a color, and the rest of it wouldn't do anything. And I did everything that the container said to do, so.
I just want to say hey to Big Easy.
Oh, yes, Big Easy.
Is it Big Easy or Biggies?
Well, everybody I have ever seen.
I'm just gonna call you Big.
Right.
What's happening, buddy? How you doing? Looks like Don Gallagher popped in. Good seeing you, Don. And we're good. Don't mind me.
There it is.
It's only like 2 hours of sleep for me, so.
Don Gallagher. I like the liquid better. Strips are off a lot on pH, at least. pH was one of them that I could never get an accurate reading from. And sometimes I could get a good reading on like my nitrites and my ammonia. Sometimes I couldn't. It was really hit or miss for me, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Says Big Easy.
Big Easy, because I was gonna say that's
what I
everybody
thought.
says.
That's what I've been saying.
It ain't easy being Big Easy.
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. Okay.
Well, nobody told you to stay all.
And it's probably going to be another 2 hours again because I really want to play it.
Nobody told you to stay up all night playing video games.
Oh, looks like
Melvin.
Legacy Hobbyist popping in. What's happening, Legacy?
That's Melvin, right?
Change your name. Oh, wait, we determined that last week. Mm-hmm. Sorry, buddy. Oh, man. So, yeah. There's that. No, it just, I don't know. I'm kind of set in my ways. I did want to try this other test kit, but honestly, if I don't, everything's doing fine without it, so why worry about it,
I mean, like you said, I think it's to each their own for everybody. What works for one person doesn't necessarily work for the other. I keep my test strips as a backup just in case, but I don't use them like I do the master test kit.
I would like to get into the finer aspects in a couple tanks just to maybe kind of help the plants out a little bit.
Jesse, yes.
But,
No, yeah.
Not the end of the world if I don't. Those tanks are still doing great and they're happy, so.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
I say video games.
Vidya.
Can't. I just don't. Yeah, I know, Kyle. By the time we get up there,
well,
you're
that's gonna be longer now.
The little is gonna be here by the time we make it up there.
Not gonna be until next year, at least.
I'm sorry, Ness. Did you just say that you were at our mall and we didn't get any kind of a notice, message, anything to like come and meet you guys?
Like which mall? There's two.
She said, we have one mall, which is Glenbrook. We have some strip malls, but Glenbrook is our only main
Apple
mall.
Glen.
That's not a mall.
It's an outside mall.
It's a strip mall, outdoor mall. No.
Salient says is approaching the 300 subs. Good for you, man. I tell you what, once you get over that 300 hump, it'll just start popping, and I hit the mic again.
Stop it.
But it'll happen, and we're still working on it. I'd like to be at 500 by Keystone, but if I'm not, I'm not. So
She's at the mall dress shopping with her. I am so sad. Like, that makes me really sad. We could have met them.
yeah,
That makes me sad.
I also hate the mall.
I do too, but I would have done it for Ness and Brandon.
I
Come
would
on.
have, but I still hate the mall.
She said it was a long day. Yeah, anytime you go into Glenbrook Mall, it's a long day. But anyway.
Don says, I've been at 350 for a year. It's taken... It took me about a year and a half just to get to
It's like about a year and a half to get to 350.
or whatever I am now.
Yeah.
And so, I mean...
We're trying to get to 500 by the Keystone Clash.
Mistakes were made. Changed my name. And then just... I've been slacking in the
Vidya department.
Vidya department.
Yeah.
And, man, if it was TikTok, I'd be rocking and rolling right now because
You're well over 1,000 on TikTok.
I'm over 2,000.
Oh, you are now?
Yeah.
The last I knew, you were at like 1,900.
No, I'm like 2,000 or 2,100. I don't know. Which maybe I should just incorporate that and do like a cross stream thing. We could cross the streams. You don't cross the stream.
First of all, that would not be physically possible for me to help you with.
Well, no, it'd just be like, I'm going to totally
I know what
ignore
you're saying.
that, but hey.
No, actually, there have been times when Lefty has done live streams, and he's live streamed, I believe, on Twitch and on YouTube.
Well, you can
right?
link Twitch and YouTube together. There's probably a way you can do the TikTok thing.
As far as I know, he uses multiple.
Well, he probably
devices.
has 10 windows open, and I struggle with 2.
Multiple devices. So
Okay.
like one open on one device, one open on another, and you have to like multitask.
See,
But
Don
anyway.
says he's at 2,000 on TikTok. So I will give you just a small bit of advice on TikTok. If you want to gain followers, just make fun of something. Ford, Chevy, Dodge, make fun of something. Or engineers in general. And man, you will get so many views. They might not be good views, but you'll get them, and it counts.
I have a whole 250 followers on TikTok, and I have like 3.
Now you're
no,
gonna make me do it.
I have to look.
I'm at 2021. Wow, that's creepy.
I have 237 followers on YouTube.
But yeah, I don't know. I have fun on that platform, and I also have fun on this platform. So, I help my friends coming from that platform that are trying to build their channel up on YouTube, and they're not kind of used to the way everything happens over here.
Mm-hmm.
It is a totally different step going from YouTube to TikTok, or I'm assuming YouTube to anything else.
Right.
What's that? Corvus was telling me lives hurt your channel. Metric is they don't bring the views. Due to the example of 356 sons, but only 23 peeps watching. You still get the watch time.
Yeah.
So, yes and no. Look at Rico. All he pretty much does is lives.
Actually, before
And the shorts. The
He
shorts
does a
are
lot of
what
shorts.
the shorts are what don't help your views. I mean, they do,
Yeah.
but it's like a different bracket.
Real quick to answer Don's question, he said, I need to follow you on TikTok. Is it Metalheads? It's the same on there as it is here,
Yeah,
right?
same
Metalheads
on
Aquatic
same on
Mayhem.
there as it is in here.
Depth charge. Hello.
What's happening, depth charge? June says, fun? You think this is fun? I do. If I didn't, I wouldn't keep doing it for the last however long I've been doing it.
Kyle Jaded, I have a TikTok with 371.4 thousand views, and it's me getting out of my truck in traffic and drawing a on my buddy's back window.
Oh, that's funny.
And he's not wrong. The dumber your videos on TikTok are, which isn't necessarily true because you've done
I agree with that because I made a video of a TSB I wasn't aware of on a Chevy pickup, and I went, who the hell runs this long of a hose, and they're using heater hose from the fuel tank all the way up and literally laying on the exhaust manifold. I was like, that's a great friggin' idea. Who the hell does this? And then 178,000 views, or 173,000 views. And everybody's like, oh, you're an idiot. That's a TSB, blah, 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 blah. And they're right. It was. I didn't know. That just looked dumb as hell to me. That's what I was going off of.
But at the same time, it got you a ton of views.
Everybody's like, you look like an idiot on there. I was like, I don't care. I got a lot of views, and I picked up like 200 subs off of that. So it worked.
Wib says he heard if you change your name every month and a half on YouTube, you'll skyrocket to the top.
I don't believe that.
I don't either. Window Liquor number 5. Where the hell have you been?
What's happening, Window Liquor?
Hello.
How you doing?
Wow. I haven't seen that one in a minute.
No. But no, I strongly suggest against the name changing thing.
Yeah.
Just purely because it hinders you in the long run. Now, I don't know if that's different on the other platforms, but at least on this one, yeah, bad idea. Now, Melvin's proving me wrong with this because he's changed his name like 5 times this month.
Right.
But we always know it's Melvin. So...
He does keep the legacy.
Yes. We
in
always
some
know it's him.
way.
Yep.
I think if he were to take legacy completely out of it, nobody would know who the hell they were talking to. We would all think it was a new follower. Well, subscriber, whatever.
I think I could still pick it out.
Maybe.
Let's see. Shorts are taking over because of mass like quick satisfaction. That's why TikTok. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. One dude has 1.9 subs from shorts. Yeah, if you're on the game with those shorts, you're gonna get the subs. But then they're gonna probably nerf that down the line, like they did just a year ago, I think, where they changed the rules and now you gotta have this and that so many hours before you can be monetized. But we'll give everybody a community page. That's cool. I think you should get one of those regardless of if you've got 10 followers or 10,000. I think everybody should have a community page. Purely because that can help grow a channel. I don't know how to do it, but it can help grow a channel. There'd be a situation like if I had something going on and I couldn't go live tonight. I didn't have a community page, so I would make a short video and say, hey, anybody watching that might be, we're not going live tonight, sorry. Or, whatever. And then we got our Facebook group that I go in there and say, no live tonight, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But it's so much nicer having that community page because now I can just go in there, click a click, done. Everybody knows, maybe, if the YouTube notifications are working properly. If.
There's a couple of questions. Nathan wants to know if my pH is 6 or lower, is it even worth testing the ammonia? My answer to that is yes.
Well, yeah.
I currently have a tank that the ammonia is ridiculous on, like 2 parts per million. And I tested my pH just to see what was going on, and I think my pH was like 6.4, but my ammonia is 2 parts per million. So yes, definitely still test your ammonia.
Always test your ammonia.
Yeah.
You don't want to just ride on one particular mineral,
Right.
or whatever you want to call it, and say, oh, well, that's okay, or that's low, so the rest of it's fine. Don't do that. Don't do that. Your keys or your top
Ours.
2 at least should be ammonia and nitrite.
Right.
If you have fish in that tank that need a lower pH, then yeah, monitor that just to make sure you're not going up or whatever. But don't base your tank off of one reading. Definitely don't do that.
Yeah.
Because if you accidentally overfeed them or whatever, maybe they just go on a peeing frenzy in there, whatever the case may be, the filters start to break down a little bit, whatever. Always test your the ones that we go after the most are the ammonia and nitrites.
Yep. Nitrates.
Nitrites. Because the nitrates, I don't usually worry about those.
Well, either way.
But mine are the big 2 is the ammonia and nitrites.
And again, my nitrites are fine. My pH is fine in this specific tank. Both of those are fine. But my ammonia is through the roof. So, I mean, I'm in the process of trying to cycle this tank again.
I would always test it, especially if you think you have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I would always test it just to be sure.
Yep.
I mean, what's I going to do? Pull 5 milliliters out of the tank? You're not hurting it.
Right.
But I wouldn't necessarily point to pH.
Don't rely on pH for your tank being okay.
Because your pH can be great the entire time. Your ammonia is at like 5.
Right.
5 parts per million. That's no, So
absolutely.
Definitely don't just go with the first one and say, "Oh, it's good." No.
Yeah,
but 6.0 pH.
That is. I mean,
that's really
because
really
ours typically coming out of the tap. I think
coming
is
out
like
of the tap is
7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I have to add coral or something to bring it up. Yeah.
Yeah, crushed coral will not only bring it up, it'll maintain it. And you usually don't have to add any modifiers. Because it kind of is a modifier.
Right.
But crushed coral does a fantastic job at that.
Right.
When we had gravel in that tank, in my African cichlid tank, we had to keep that around high 7s to 8.0. And man, you throw a half pound of crushed coral in there, forget about it.
And
forget about it.
Legacy brings up a good point too. My mom always taught me to be a leader and not a follower. What works for me may not work for everyone.
Exactly.
And that's true. And your
Absolutely right.
pH, your water hardness is definitely going to factor into a lot of things, which is why we only chase certain things in our tanks, because we don't need to worry about everything else.
I think he was talking about his name.
Oh, well, maybe.
But no, still a good ideal to have. Just
Horror of Spice, hello.
I would still check your ammonia. I would still check your nitrites, especially if you have something that's just not quite right there.
And there are people that test their pH and their GH and Stephen P. Here's looking at you, sir.
Oh man, he's got that little meter. It's like,
but done. As far as I know, or as far as I remember, all of his tanks are CO2. So you do have to worry about all of those things.
There's a lot more to pay attention to there.
You do have to worry about all of those things.
I shall return. She will remain.
Will I?
Ouch. I'm stuck. Okay.
almighty. Okay. Anyway, there we go. Okay. So, anyway, I guess to kind of add on to that or whatever, take any advice that you get with a grain of salt. What works for one person isn't necessarily going to work for you. Is it advice that maybe you can try out and see? Sure. It doesn't mean that it's going to work for you, and it doesn't mean that you have to keep following those rules or that etiquette for your tank. It's mainly people just giving advice based on their experiences, and not every experience is going to be the same in the fish keeping world. And if it were, then I'm sorry, in my opinion, that would make the fish keeping world quite boring. But again, that's an opinion. "3G says if you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it." I think that's probably... I say that to people all the time too, so... If you shake it more than twice, we're going to question why you're in the bathroom for so long. Let me see. What am I missing here? Legacy says, "I am happy with it because it brings all my hobbies to one." Yes. Yes. So Nathan says, "Okay, so wow, you ready for this? I was using the strips and pH was always low 6s. I just tested with API Master Test Kit and it's in the 7.6. And again, Nathan, everybody's experience, because I always heard really good things about those test strips. So I was like, hey, let me give those a shot, see if it makes my life any easier. I didn't have the greatest experience with the test strips. I use them in a pinch, but I mean, it is quite strange that your test strips were telling you low 6s and that your master test kit said 7.6. That's quite a jump. Kyle, he shook it at least 10 times by now. I don't know. Okay. Hold, please.
He's acting like I ran away. Ow. I hate this chair. We gotta do something about these chairs.
Maybe you need to shrink your ass.
I just get stuck.
Listen, these are...
I mean, I could do this, and the microphone's probably picking up a few cracks.
These are perfectly fine chairs.
Hey, Kyle.
Yes.
I love this cup.
So Nathan said, could it change if the city did a major clean of the system? Yes. So I guess my next question would be, when you did the test strip, how long ago was that versus you just tested with the API Master Test Kit tonight? Because yeah, they definitely, in that time, they definitely could have done a cleanup of your water system for the city, for sure.
Well, I mean, usually they don't tell us when they're adding chemicals.
No, but we can always tell.
We're on a UV setup now versus what we were on.
Oh yeah, because they did that weird rubber lining in our...
no, that doesn't have anything. Well, that doesn't have much to do with it. But they changed the way they reprocess or repurpose. I guess you could just call it repurposing. But they changed it. They just use pretty much what we do with fish tanks. Same idea.
Take the filters and swish them around.
Well, no.
It's like
all chemical treated, but they don't give a damn that people have 25 to 30 fish tanks in their house and all that good stuff. So they'll just dump ammonia in if it needs to wipe something out, or chlorine, which is why dechlorinators are very important, especially around here.
We basically find out the hard way when they've done anything significant to our water systems, because we can smell it, or we know the fish are acting funny, whatever. And that's how we know, and then we test our water and we're like, oh, thanks for letting us know.
Periodically, we'll test the water, too, just to see what is coming. And you can do that. You can test your water coming out of the tap, so you have a baseline to know what you need or what you're going to be working on for whatever project you're going to be doing. If you're coming out at, I don't know, 8.5 parts per million pH,
you definitely want to soften that up.
You want something like discus. Now, I'll be flat out honest, mine are on tap water. But it works for me. It doesn't work for everybody else.
Not RO, not all of that. But they're also in a very heavily planted tank.
Well, that
very heavily planted.
But there's nothing in there to modify the pH. I leave it where it is, and that's that.
It's dirt too, though. So I mean,
usually the only spikes I see isn't pH in the tap. It's usually ammonia.
Yep.
It's usually nothing else other than higher ammonia. So, yep, the UV lights on the tanks do make a big difference. I have a few canisters that have them in them, and they've done pretty good. I have a bunch of UV lights that were given to me. The problem is all the bulbs were busted up, and you have to kind of plumb them in. So, yeah. And there's one company, I forgot the name of them. I'd have to go down and look, but there's one company that offers the product, or at the time offered the product, but recently I have found the replacement bulbs. The problem is I can't find the tubes that protect the bulbs, and I think I have 1 out of 5 units that's not shattered. I don't know how they got broke. That's just how they were given to me. So, yeah.
Oh, he says he ran out of test strips a little about a month ago. Maybe a little less is when he ran out of test strips, and he just used the API test kit to test his pH again.
That's fine. I mean, that still gives you an idea of the ballpark that you're in. I'm not going to sit here and knock one or the other. You at least get in the ballpark. Which one's more accurate, I don't know. I've always had good luck with the API or the liquid tests, and other people have a good luck with the strips. I've had good luck with strip testing on pools, but there are, kind of different minerals you're going after when you look at those, but they work the same way. So, I've had good luck with that. I just haven't had good luck with that in my fish tank, if you can see what I'm saying. But everybody else may have had better luck than me. I don't know. I got my way of doing things, and it works.
Again, what works for one person isn't going to work for everyone. You find what works for you, and you stick with it. Like I said, I use the test strips. I definitely use them in a pinch if I'm in a hurry and I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my fish. It gives me a good enough reading to know if I need to make any kind of a change. But I do prefer the master test kit.
Window Liquor says I use the UV on my Sunsun for 24 hours after a water change. They do make a difference.
Have you ever had the UV on this Sunsun?
They're all on. I just leave them on.
Oh.
They probably burned out by now.
Oh, it's possible.
But they stay on. Especially on the pool. I leave that on all the time because I still have yet to get the filter that Kyle Jaded gave us rigged up and on the pool. I have yet to do that.
Yeah. Dave Farrell, hello.
Hey Dave, how you doing? It will melt the trays. Well, mine haven't yet.
That we know of.
I've got one there, one there, one there, one there. Mine haven't melted yet. Maybe I'm just the one that gets away with everything. I don't know. Oh, man. But no, it does make a difference. It makes a big difference, especially with that little 54-gallon corner tank over there. Big, big difference. Yep. And Ness is exactly right. Change it all you want. I had bad luck with it when I did mine. I'm still finding people that, oh, I haven't found you in forever. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't think I changed it that bad that you couldn't find it.
The whole name changing thing, that wasn't like a jab at anybody or anything.
Oh, no,
Again,
no.
It was something that didn't work for him, and he just put that out there. But no, Melvin, you can change your name as much as you want. We're still going to find you.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to piss anybody off with that.
No, and hopefully we didn't. That wasn't our intent, at least. Salient wants to know when you're getting a 500-gallon.
Right, I got a 600
We have a 600-gallon. You just have to look at it from an aerial up above view.
Well, now I'm looking up here to make sure I didn't piss Melvin off.
No, I don't think so.
No, that's the last thing I want to do is piss Melvin off.
Right. I mean, I don't think so.
But no, and see, this is where I'm saying it works for him. He changes his name, and it still works. I change my name, and it train wrecks.
Oh, Lord. Salient says, take me out, let me see. I can try to go down to the basement and connect to the stream.
The last time it didn't work.
We do have videos. He has videos
there's
on his
videos
channel of the pond, several different ones.
Yep. It's just it's a 600-gallon pool. Intex pool is all it is.
Yeah,
but it's over 500 gallons.
that's probably there. Kyle even said it's a pool pond. Yeah. So, yeah, I would basically just recommend going through his videos, when you have a chance to see them. There are several different videos of the pool pond, like when you were setting up the filtration and once it was good and we were putting the fish in. There's several. But it literally is just a swimming pool.
I think he might be wondering when I'm going to get are you talking a fiberglass 500 gallon?
Yeah, probably, and we don't have room for that.
Because
that tank is not a 500.
Oh, no, but the room I have in there, if I do it right, I can have a 1,000-gallon pool or pond. But that was the original plan. And then the price of wood just like to the moon. So
literally.
That kind of burned the idea of the plywood pond. So that's when I found the Intex pool, and I was like, you know what? It's not a bad size. Everybody can live in there for a while. That's why we went with that. And then I found out that it was a really bad idea to put plecos or catfish in it. Just a bad idea. The gar, you don't have to worry about the gar. You can put gar in an Intex pool all day long. Put a catfish in there, and you're going to have water everywhere.
Which I find funny because we were told that alligator gar can't
Yeah,
go
we were
in
told
Intex
the
pools.
other way around. Gar will bite the pool. No, they don't. There's no saber-toothed gar that I know of. But the catfish, on the other hand, or
The catfish and the
plecos,
plecos, they are
if
the
they
ones
get
that tore it up.
spooked, they switchblade.
Yep.
And usually they're right in the corner
Yep.
when you walk in, and they get spooked.
Yeah.
Well, shing, right through the... Yeah, it's just... I had to buy a few patch kits. It's still leaking. It's slowed now. So yeah, definitely don't recommend plecos or catfish. Well, I mean, a pleco is a catfish, but I definitely don't recommend putting those in an Intex pool. Just if they startle easy, don't do it. That's my recommendation.
Oh, Whip said, I think Paul Cafaro lost the pool to a gar, but don't hold me to that.
I mean, he could
It's
have,
possible.
but I got called an idiot when I said I was doing the Intex instead of doing the what I wanted to do was a
Wood.
wood pond, fiberglass it, the whole 9 yards, and then the price just went through the roof, and it was too late because I had the fish, and he was outgrowing this tank very fast.
And initially, we weren't even going to do fiberglass. It was just going to be a straight wood pond
Yeah,
with
it was,
a liner in it.
It was going to be a heavy rubber liner.
Right.
And then, the rubber liner cost a hell of a lot. And I'm like, well, man, I could just fiberglass it. And then the wood just kaboom, went everywhere. So I'm like, well, shit.
Ness said, we see a ton of gar in the lake at night with a light on the boat. Yeah. And that's the funny thing. A lot of people don't understand that, at least in Indiana, gar are a native fish.
Well, they are native and they are nocturnal.
Yes.
They love to hunt at night.
Yes.
So that's when, usually when you have fish disappear in the tank, it's because the gar was awake while the other fish were asleep.
Bad time. Kyle said anything can put a hole in an Intex pool, just like people say you can't have certain fish with others.
I mean, Split could definitely put a hole in that tank if he wanted to, but he hasn't.
You can't have certain fish with others. What do we have in here? Arowana, Frontosa, Silver Dollars, Green Terror. What are these other dudes? Midas? All in that tank. All together.
2 Oscars.
Oh, yeah. All together. All fine.
I have 2 Oscars now.
All happy. Oh, yeah,
Up
we
here.
did. We picked up an
We
Oscar
picked up a new
Sunday.
one. He's hiding right behind her.
No, Saturday.
Here we go. I'll get him over here. Here he is. Come here. Come here. There he is. He is from the same guy that we got. What the hell did I call him? Well, anyways, he's from the same guy I got the other Oscar in there from. And he's been there for a couple days, and he's doing good. So I'm happy with it.
We picked him up Saturday.
Yep.
Initially,
There
I
he
said
is.
Sunday, but then I was like, no, because me and
No.
Mini Metalhead went to a hockey game Sunday.
He looks like the Man of War flavor versus the gold
arm is in
Oscar
his way.
that she's sitting in front of. Here,
But-
I can't get him to come up here.
Your arm was in the way of the other one.
Maybe
you
I
can
can.
kind of
Maybe I
see
can.
him through the
Come on.
bars.
Nah, he's not having it. It's not working. This little guy was bought after that guy, I think. There is quite a bit of a size difference between the two, so I don't think that they were around at the same time. in that tank, but they were in the same tank at one. That fish went into the tank after the other Oscar I have in here was in. If that makes it doesn't make sense.
No. No.
But it happened, and now I have them.
But anyway, back to that whole.
That's what I'm getting at here.
Back to that whole. Certain people put fish in tanks that shouldn't work together.
Well,
Yeah,
just
that's
because
us.
you shouldn't doesn't mean you can't.
For us, it works. Doesn't mean it's going to work for
Is it a
somebody
good
else.
idea? No, not always.
Right.
Does it work? Yeah, there's times where it does, and it works really well.
These guys are all happy, and they've always been happy. All of them together.
Even June says Oscars prefer the company of others. They absolutely do. They're little water dogs.
They really are.
But the Frontosa have actually... I had to clean the rocks, the fake plastic rocks, whatever you want to call them. I had to clean them out. And the 3 Raphael cats, believe it or not, are still alive. Now they're in the 125 because there's one place they're going to get stuck in, and if I have to break it open, it's way easier than trying to find them in a giant pile of rocks. So all of that waste just kind of stayed in the rocks, and all the food that they would pull in just kind of stayed there, and it turned into a horrible nightmare. So I cleaned it all out, kind of just nonchalantly tossed it in the middle of the tank, and it actually looks good. I'll do like a little short on it in the next couple days just to show.
Yeah.
Way different than having all the rocks piled up over here and then nothing over there. I kind of like the way it is now.
I mean, it's it's kind of funny because while you were doing that, and he's literally like cleaning this tank, like actual vacuuming. I'd say gravel vac, but it's sand. But he's like deep cleaning all of this sand, and he's picking up rocks and he's just throwing them, and he's throwing them, and they're all landing in such a way. And then he got done, and I was like,
Yeah, just throw
that actually looks better than it did before.
it worked.
Scuba Steve-O, hello.
What's up, buddy? But nope. Now everybody. Once I did that, the Frontosa,
Calmed down.
they the color came back, and they just. I guess it happens when you reset a tank, but they've been out and about more than I've seen them in a long time. So definitely happy with that.
June says, my flower horns like hanging with the Oscars. Case in point with some things work better for others than, whatever. Our flower horns and our experience tried to unalive anything that we had in the tank with them. So they are in tanks by themselves. Our flower horns could not be with other
Galactus
fish.
hasn't, but Bobby did.
Galactus does have
Bobby
a
tried to do it
pleco.
multiple times.
Galactus does have
They
a
both
pleco.
do now. They both officially have a pleco now.
But Bobby literally tried to unalive anything that you put in the tank with him. He absolutely was not having it. So at that point, we were just like, we're not mixing these flower horns with any other kind of fish because why? It didn't work the first time. We're not going to waste that money and unalive these fish for no reason.
Well, I've got Rocket and Groot, the 2 Red Devils, which I believe are Midas. Groot is twice the size of Rocket, which is right here that you can't see.
Nope.
Groot's, there you go. There's Groot. And this camera sucks.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to pay the $5 a month to get the 1080p. They're all up here right now.
Anyway.
I'd rather shoot it with my phone, but if I do that, I have to keep my phone unmuted, and then you pick up this mic and my phone, and then it just sounds like a tin can. So, yeah. June says, I keep 4 flower horns together, not an issue yet. Well, yeah, yet. And you know what? You very well may never have an issue. I don't get that lucky.
And, you know, I was just going to say that. It may never be an issue for June, but for us it is.
It may not. I mean,
And
you know, especially if you have them, I don't know what tank they're, you know, what size tank they're in, but if they're in a 150, odds are, or 150 or bigger, hell, even a 125, they're probably going to be okay.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
If you have them in a 100-gallon tank, well, it's iffy. If you have them in a 40-gallon and they're not killing each other yet, it's because they're young.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now
There
I have
came
my
Mama.
guest. Now I have my guest. And I'm sure there's people with flower horns that go, this dude's an idiot. He doesn't know shit. And you know what? I don't know it all. Never claimed to. I just know it works for me. And that's where I'm going with.
It really is all about tank chemistry. Your
butt out of the
water
microphone.
parameters, your everything. Tank chemistry is a big factor in, you know, what's going to work for you versus what's going to work for somebody on the other side of the country.
She's a ringtail, or what do you call those?
A lemur.
Tiger. Yeah, lemur. Might as well be a lemur the way she jumps around the place.
She's a
Yeah, 250-gallon tank. Well, yeah, they'll probably
she said
be
249.
okay.
Either way.
Yeah.
Is it Tabby? That's people always call him Tiger, but I think
they're
it's Tabby.
I don't know.
Either way.
It's a cat.
Either way. And she's gonna be giving us babies very soon, which forgive my excitement.
Nathan says he had a flower horn with his Mabunas for a long time until it was healthy enough to find its forever home. My cichlid tank is a testament to not all tanks are the same.
Yep.
Exactly. And you can. At one time, we had Mabunas, Haps, in with Oscars and Jules.
Yeah.
And what else did I have in there? Salvini and Jaguar and
and it worked until it didn't work.
It worked for quite a while. The Oscars obviously grew faster than everybody else. And then we had to rearrange things, but still, even without the Oscars, the majority of the tank could stay with each other. Honestly, these Frontosa that you can't see either were in that tank at the same time at one point. Listen, just because you shouldn't do it doesn't mean you can't.
And, you know...
and will it negatively affect anything? Maybe. Is there a chance it won't? Definitely.
So basically until it what am I trying to say? It works until it doesn't work, but we're not afraid to try.
Well, we always used to get so much crap.
We did.
For keeping that one silver dollar in the 54-gallon with goldfish and tetras and all that. We used to get so much crap for that.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Oh, that's a higher temp fish." Blah blah blah. You should be ashamed of yourself. And I'm like, She's happy. Why should I be ashamed that she's happy?
Right.
And then when we rearranged this tank, and it was safe to put her back in there because when Split was in here, putting a giant silver dollar in here was a bad idea.
Because, you know, shiny.
Split did try to eat her.
Shiny.
And so we kept her over there, and then once we got him down into the pool, we put her back in here, and she'd been in there with the other 3 ever since, and that's where we left it. But, man, we caught so much crap for that. And it's like, you know what? There's no written law anywhere that says you can't put a silver dollar in with a goldfish.
It's not a written law, but there's
on.
a lot of keyboard warriors that will tell you.
And I'll tell you right now, I don't care about keyboard warriors
And you
or their
shouldn't.
damn
Nobody
opinion.
should. Nobody should.
As long as you keep your tank in check and parameter-wise, and as long as everybody is visibly getting along and happy, then you're doing something right. So I don't give a damn what the fish police say.
Yeah.
I don't care.
And like
You
Melvin,
can say whatever you want. I don't care. If I know it works for me, I'm going to do it.
like Melvin
So-
literally just said, if it's not broke, don't
Exactly.
fix it. We're not going to change the orientation of our fish tanks just because somebody comments on one of our videos and goes, "Oh my God, you shouldn't do that."
June says she pulled one flower horn and the rest acted sad. I put him back and they're acting like they're happier. Well,
She said he learned to be good.
listen, flower horns are characters too.
They definitely have personalities.
They are definitely characters.
full-blown personalities.
They are definitely characters in their own rights. Well, guys, we are reaching the 8:30 hour, and I think we I don't want to overstay our welcome here. Not that that's ever stopped me before, but I think it might be time for the dog to bark. So I think we're just going to go on ahead and wrap it up for tonight. And I want to thank the dog for barking again, because that's what she does.
Right in my ear.
But I would like to thank everybody that joined in tonight. Thank you for popping in. Replay crew, gotta love you. You weren't here, but I love you, man. My moderators, you guys always keep things in check. I can't thank you enough for that. So thank you to everybody. I hope you all have a great week. And who knows, maybe I'll have to test the mic out again. We'll see. So anyways, I love you guys. Thanks for coming in. And we're going to go eat. And I'm probably going to go play video games again.
It's a video game again.
I'm going to get 4 hours of sleep this week. Later, guys. Stay metal.